What's up everybody, it's the Fourth Gear here with another Tekken video for you guys today. A lot of people who are new to fighting games, and I guess some people who aren't new but just, don't keep up with the FGC terminology, have a lot of different questions about fighting games. And one, probably the most important one is, what is fundamentals? Well, I'm here to explain some of that stuff for you today. So, sit back, enjoy the gameplay, and, maybe learn a thing or two. So the thing about fundamentals is, it's not one inherent thing. It's more like, it's like a group of skills that when you put them all together, it kind of just makes up your core, Now, the cool thing is that once you understand and practice fundamentals enough, it can translate through the different games. Anyway, I guess I'd break fundamentals into 7 categories. I know that's a lot, but bear with me. Now, the first category I think I would break it into is offense. When you hear the word offense, I'm sure the first thing you think of is running into your opponent, mashing every string you know until something hits. And, that's part of it, but it's only part. Like, sure, you can see some success just mashing buttons, but in order to build a good foundation, you need to understand your character and your character's options in order to build up a good offense. Even a semi-decent player can make your offense crumble if it's not fine-tuned, so knowing all of your options is a good start. From there, you should probably filter out the safe from the unsafe, and even after that, you might just want to pick a couple to start with, because overloading your brain with too many options all at once can make you play indecisively or freeze up. I know a lot of people in Tekken call it turtling, and I don't know if that's exactly the same thing, but I feel like it's kind of similar when you just kind of just stand there because you don't know what to do, even though you know all the options. Anyway, on to defense. Now, I know what they say. Maybe you've said it before, or even heard it before. Shit, I've said it. I didn't pay $60, $70, $100 just to block. And I kind of agree with you. And that might be true. But you'll find yourself at a roadblock if you don't learn defense. Learning your game's defensive mechanics, being able to spot holes in your opponent's pressure, and even just having the patience sometimes to block it out are all parts of a good defense. Even though blocking isn't fun for a lot of people and can be very scary, trust me, it's a very important building block to all fighting games, and sometimes it can be the difference between winning or losing a game. I can't count the amount of times where I've decided to just not block and mash and I got destroyed. Wasn't sure how different these were, so I kind of just put them together. So I'm gonna call this footsies / or neutral. I'm really not sure if they're the same thing, but fuck it. For this video, we're gonna say they are. This is that like, that point in the round or the game when you just start, you're just staring at each other, or kind of like when neither of you have a solid hit, so you're just kind of, you're fishing for hits. This kind of includes walking or dashing back and forth, throwing out buttons to see if they hit, preferably safe buttons. Even just Even just evading your opponent to see what they do. That's all in this category. Sometimes, just knowing how to move better than your opponent can score you a win. Remember the phrase, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee? Well, this and kind of defense are the first part. Hitting your opponent with pokes while they struggle to hit you is the very essence of neutral / footsies. Reactions. You ever fight someone and they do the same slow-ass hell sweep 7 times in a row? You try to hit your opponent with something because it worked the first 2 times and they launch your ass? That's reactions. Reactions are an important piece of your fighting core too. Because if you can't react to things, a good opponent will recognize that and start to abuse it, maliciously even. If you fall asleep at the wheel too often, your opponent is going to have an easy day with you. Now, reacting to everything is A very difficult task. But you'll find the more stuff you can react to, the easier defense and even offense get. Spacing. Spacing is kind of how it sounds, to be honest. Keeping your opponent at an optimal defense. Sorry, I needed some water. Anyway, spacing. I'm gonna keep that in, I don't even care. Keeping your opponent at an optimal distance for multiple reasons. Sometimes it can be because your character is just naturally good from that distance. Sometimes you want your opponent to back up, or you have a move with long startup but long range that you want to surprise your opponent with. Spacing, just like all these things, can be for different purposes. This kind of goes back to knowing your character, and at higher levels your opponent's character, to have the best idea on why and where to keep your opponent when practicing spacing. Is that dropped? Hold on, let me do this last round. Nice. Take this head. That was a punish right there. Nice punish. Ooh, drop the combo. Okay. Nice grab. Nice. Ooh, plus frames. Ooh, I ate the high. I'm different. Oh, is that death? Oh, did I just drop that? Oh my god, I dropped it. Punishes. Punishing your opponent is so important because it keeps them in check. It discourages them from using unsafe tools. It can completely break a player who doesn't know safe options. It gets you damage. It gets you mental stack. And of course, that sweet, sweet W. Knowing when and where to punish your opponent will be the line between a rank up and a rank down. A set win? Maybe even an angry text telling you why you're trash. Man, nice. What a move. I wasn't really sure if this was part of it, but I decided it was, so I kept it in the video. I'm gonna say throws is gonna be the 7th category. Now, I'm gonna keep this real simple. Knowing how to break or avoid throws in, your respective fighting games, it's so clutch. It's so clutch. Me personally, I feel like I get a power boost every time I break a throw. Just like with anything else I've mentioned before, if your opponent realizes you can't counter throws, if they're worth their salt, you'll eat one at every other opportunity. Lord knows I have. Now, an interesting thing about throws is that, of course, they're going to be all different frames in different games. I believe throws in Tekken Tekken 8 were, I want to say 10 when the game came out. But maybe that was only counter hit. Maybe it was 10 counter hit, 12 regular. But I'm pretty sure it's like just 12 flat now. Might be 14 counter hit, something like that. Throws in Dragon Ball are, I want to say, somewhere around 20-ish frames. I think they're even faster in like games like Street Fighter and Guilty Gear. And I feel like throws do a lot of different things in different fighting games. And like in Dragon Ball, if you get a throw, even though it's kind of, you only get like one universal throw mechanic in Dragon Ball fighters, but if you get a throw, you basically get a combo and like a lot of extra meter, but you don't really get too much else. You can snap out of it, but that's really it. Tekken, you get a throw depending on your character. You might get a knockdown situation, some mix, You might just get some space. I feel like every character has different options out of throws. Anyway, I guess those are the 7 fundamentals. Now, if you like this video, tune in for more because I'd love to talk about this again, to be honest. I don't know, I didn't want the video to be too long. And I feel like it ruins engagement to have a 30-minute video, you know. But until then, I hope you enjoy.